Hey guys, Haddy the creator here, and I am up in the mountains of Park City, Utah. Park City, Utah is just so culturally rich. There's so many art galleries here. I think there's probably 20 or 30 art galleries on Main Street in Park City all by itself. It's an awesome place to pick up some culture and to check out some artwork. So today we're gonna go on a little walk and check out some of the galleries and see what we can see. So instead of me creating artwork today in today's video, I'm gonna show you some artwork that others have created and show you a little bit of Park City.
Before I jump into the meat of this video though, I wanna do a little challenge for you guys. So I'm gonna show you a clue, a close-up of a painting, and if you guys can guess in the comments what this thing is, you are a winner. What do you win? Well, pride, I guess. I'll show you new clues throughout the video, so make sure you watch to the end to find out what this is. And here it is, clue number 1. What do you think this could be? Quite the mix of colors and brush strokes. Could be anything. The first gallery we went to was Montgomery Fine Art. We were greeted by a great big brass pig who was just awesome. I loved looking at this guy. He was very friendly, very welcoming. This gallery had a lot of really cool statues and sculptures. I love the anatomy of a lot of these things. Their poses and their gestures were just very impressive. It's hard enough to draw dynamic poses like these. I can't imagine how hard it would be to sculpt them with perfect anatomy and muscle definition. Just very impressive artwork, and it was really cool to see up close in person. Each one seemed to be filled with emotion and convey some sort of mood or feeling. Some of them had different elements that were just awesome, like this one that rendered cloth so beautifully. I'd imagine cloth is pretty hard to get realistic and make look right. People that do 3D work just use simulators that do it for them, but this is pretty tough. Just check out some of the motion in some of these. They're just fantastic. You can picture what they're doing and you can see them spinning, frozen in time. Just really cool. And of course, to finish it off, we have another pig. This one looks like he's whistling or something. Now moving on to the paintings, there was one painter in this particular gallery that stood out the most to me. Her name was Sherry Johnson, and she painted these really amazing and detailed animal skulls. They are so photorealistic. You can see all of the little tiny details, and all the texturing work she did was just amazing and fantastic. I felt like I could rub the painting and feel the skull. Of course, I didn't try that. I didn't touch anything in there, but she just did an amazing and an incredible job. Little things that most artists would probably overlook, she took the time to detail out little bumps and nicks and crannies in the skull. You can see the marrow inside in some spots, all of the details on the horns. It's just really cool to see. I would have bought one for my office if I had the disposable income. Her price tags on these paintings were actually pretty reasonable considering the amount of time she probably put into each one. Just beautiful work. All of her paintings were just so amazing, and you could tell she put her heart and soul into each one. The rest of the gallery had quite the collection of paintings of all sorts of different textures and different subject matters. Some of these horses had some amazing lighting work on them. I liked looking at some of the oil paintings that had a lot of really unique textures, and up close it looks like it's just chaos. But then you take a few steps back and you can see it's just a beautiful scene. The downstairs section of this gallery had all sorts of animals and really incredible stuff to look at. I feel like it's important to develop a love of fine art, and I feel like it's good to step away from your own artwork sometimes and just admire other people's artwork. And galleries are great places to do that, to get quite the variety of different things. You can pull inspiration from anything, get out of your own headspace for a little bit and just admire some other people's hard work and really just enjoy art, because art is awesome. So let's enjoy this art. This last painting looks like a scene from a Disney movie or something. Just really pretty. I like the kind of blocking of colors. It's not like little brush strokes. You can see like little patches of space and shapes. Just really cool. Well, that's one gallery done. Only 24 left to go. But before we go into the next gallery, let's go back to that challenge I proposed at the beginning and take a step back, give you a little bit broader view, and see if you can guess what it is. We have some new colors introduced, some new shapes and brush strokes. What could this be? Let's hear your best guess down in the comments below. The next gallery we went to was literally just across the street. It was called Lunz Art Studio. This gallery was a little bit smaller, but still had so much stuff to look at. This painting of this red field of flowers was just so impactful because those colors were just so vibrant. They just jumped right off of the canvas. I don't think video does it justice. Awesome to see in person. This gallery had a lot of Native American art, which was kind of a trend for Park City. I really like Native American art and Native American culture and history, but there's another sculptor here that was amazing and stood out just because of his scenes. He was able to tell stories and portray messages and scenes, and his name is Scott Rogers, and he really takes you to another place looking at his sculptures, looking at the expressions on all the people's faces and looking at everything that's going on. They're just so fascinating. A true artist. Very talented guy. Well, that wraps it up for this gallery. We then exited and walked up the street and saw more Park City. The next gallery we went to had a different feel to it. It's more pop culture. The artwork here almost looked like a modge-podge collage of different things. Very unique and very cool. A lot of Marilyn Monroe and other pop culture figures from times past. The gallery itself was really cool. It looked like it was an old salon or something from the old days, back when this was a mining town. Overall, the feel of this gallery was just a lot of fun and kind of upbeat and hip. And another thing that's really cool about Park City is not all of the artwork is in the galleries. There's a lot on the streets to see as well.
There's actually even an original Banksy here. I'm sure some of you guys know who Banksy is. He's a pretty incredible and renowned street artist.
Banksy's Wikipedia page says he's an anonymous England-based artist, vandal, political activist, and film director. Active since the 1990s. Maybe one of the coolest things about Banksy is nobody really knows exactly who he is. But chances are you've seen some of his artwork before. He is really talented, and he does a lot of things that are kind of controversial or pokes at the government and control and police. I really like his artwork though, and he's even anonymously hosted galleries. There was a movie about him called Exit Through the Gift Shop. Check it out if you get a chance, it's pretty cool. I was so excited to see this in person though that I even took a few selfies with it. Banksy's the man though. Well, now it's time to return to the challenge and give you clue number 3 and see if you can guess what this is. And make sure you put the time of your comment as well so I know exactly which clue you are guessing at. Maybe I'll send out a couple stickers to the people that got it right on the first or second clues, but here is clue number 3. This next gallery had some really awesome photorealistic charcoal drawings. These are just beautiful. And they had some artwork from one of the greatest artists of all time, Mr. Time himself. Fossils that were recovered from the earth, which are pretty cool. They also had these kind of metallic looking paintings of these birds with some clouds in the background that were just awesome. The way the clouds were rendered, you could see the light pouring through them. I just love those ones. But one of my favorite things about this gallery wasn't even an artwork on the wall at all. It was something that somebody did something with to be clever. That sounded like a mouthful, but in one of the doorways there's some cement and some old brickwork that was kind of falling apart, and they turned it into like a mine shaft mining scene. It was a lot of fun to look at. Check these guys out. Little miners in here, little miniatures. A fun way to add some personality into this old mining town's art gallery. I really enjoyed it. This gallery had a lot more to see, a lot more paintings, but I can't really show everything. At this point I feel like you're probably getting a little bit art overloaded like I did. We didn't go to all of the galleries on the strip, probably went to 4 or 5. This gallery also had some fun colorful pieces with some animals, some pretty unique sculptures, and the challenge painting that I am showing you in segments is actually from this gallery. But we were starting to get tired, and that's it for this one. The last gallery we went to of the day was just called Park City Fine Art, and it had quite a huge collection. A lot of animals, a lot of Native American art, very unique stuff in here, and it was a lot of fun to finish the day off with.
Just yesterday I was out walking and I saw a mural artist painting a mural, and I talked to him for a minute. He was a really cool guy. I kind of wish I had my camera to maybe interview him for a second.
But before I finish up this video and show you the final reveal of the challenge painting, I wanted to show you the mural this guy did. It was just awesome. It's underneath this bridge on the walkway. The first day I was there, it wasn't quite finished, and then he finished it up. And here it is, brand new. He probably finished it hours before I filmed this. There's even a few paint cans left behind. Here is the final clue, clue number 4. If you want to guess, pause it right now because I'm about to show you the final. And here is what it was. A hot dog. Who knew a hot dog painting would have so many different colors in it and so many different textures? But this was a hot dog all along, and it's just really fascinating to see how it was rendered at this giant size with all these different colors in here. There's purples, there's blues, yellows, oranges. It's just really kind of cool. Art can be made up of anything, really. Well, thank you so much for hanging out today and watching this video and taking this tour of the galleries of Main Street, Park City with me. If you ever get the opportunity to visit Park City, I recommend it. Just the art galleries alone is entertainment for a few days, and it was a lot of fun. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you are new, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys.